Hi vinyl community, it's Mike here, and today's video is inspired by a live stream I was on last Saturday, and it was hosted by French vinyl addicts, that's Romuald, and it was me and Romuald and Fred from Melbourne, and we talked at length about reggae, and it's quite an unexpected turn really. I don't think we really intended that that's what we were going to talk about, but we did, and we showed some really good albums, and it got me thinking that there's quite a few reggae albums in my collection that I don't really listen to, or I haven't listened to for a very long time. So, I dragged some out. They're all of a certain vintage. They're all from the late 70s, very early 80s, and this is the time when reggae became sort of quite popular in the UK. It became quite mainstream for a while, and I think there's quite a sort of a dovetailing of punk rock and reggae really at this time. So you go to gigs and you might find a reggae band and a punk band on the same bill, and quite a few UK reggae bands started up around about this time. So what I'm going to show you is some stuff you might not know, some stuff that you definitely will know. Quite a lot of UK reggae, but also some Jamaican stuff in there as well. And as I say, it's all from a sort of quite a sort of narrow period of about 5 years, from about 77 to about 1982. So right, here goes. Here's the first one that I've been listening to. And it's a UK band. They're from Wolverhampton in the Midlands. And as you can see, they're called Capital Letters. And this is their album Headline News, and it was released in 1979. And Capital Letters were quite a political band. In fact, quite a few reggae bands, I think, would sing about the issues of the day, the problems that people have, being black in Britain and being young, and so. This album is very much about sort of social issues, and there's one that you can see is called Unemployed, about the difficulties of getting a job, and then the most popular of their songs, I think, is on here. It's called Smoking My Ganja, and it's about being, Rastas being harassed by the police, just wanting to smoke marijuana, basically. So yeah, this is really quite a good album, and it's on the Green Sleeves label, and I'll show you I'll show you that. So Green Sleeves is one of those reggae albums that released quite a lot of really sort of quite decent stuff, back in the day. So that's the first one, 1979, and it's Capital Letters. Right. Second one. This is a big band really. They're from Jamaica, and as you can see, there you go, Black Uhuru, and this is their album Red, and this was released in 1981. So there you go. Probably the sort of most well-known track on here is probably the first track on the album, Youth of Eglinton. About gun crime, issues with young people and firearms in Jamaica at the time, and it's a really good album. And of course, you've got two of the sort of the royalty of reggae here, and this is Sly Dunbar, drummer, and Robbie Shakespeare, bass player. So there they go. This is Black Uhuru, and singer there is Michael Rose, and yeah, they're really quite good reggae band. And it's a bespoke label there, but it's on the Island label, and again, Island released an awful lot of reggae around this time. One of the better labels for reggae. Right, so back to another UK band, and this time it's a band that didn't really have very much success at all, I don't think. They should have had more, but they're called Merger, And as you can see, the album's called Exiles in a Babylon, and it was issued released in 1977, and it's a gatefold there. So that's the band. You can see they're a three-piece band, and so it was Michael Down, Barry Ford, and Winston Bennett, and yeah, really quite a good band. The title track is really nice, and I actually saw this band. They played at Blackbush Airdrome in 1970, in the summer of 1978, and they were supporting Bob Dylan. So yeah, I think Clapton was on the bill, and Joan Armatrading, and a few others. And there you go. And here's a program from the festival here, and there's and inside there's some details about Merger, and yeah, they're really good. So it was after seeing them at Blackbush that I went out and purchased this album. So that's number 3, another UK band called Merger. Right, back again to a Jamaican band. These guys are very much into sort of soul and funk and disco, and some of their later stuff was very sort of very much sort of funky disco mode. But this is more of a sort of reggae album. It's a second album, and the band's called Third World, and the album's called 96 Degrees in the Shade, as you can see. And there's a track list in there, and all the band. And they're an absolutely excellent band. One of my all-time favourites. This album was released in 1977, and again, it's on the on the Island label. If you're going to get anything by Third World, I mean, you can't go wrong with the first 3 albums. And but after that, they kind of went a bit too sort of disco for me, and. I don't think they really recaptured the sort of the absolute brilliance of their first 3 albums. So you've got here, I mean, Jug Glory, the first track on here, is really, really excellent. Third World Man, 1865, and Rhythm of Life, on the B side. Absolutely brilliant band, and I love the cover illustrations as well. The first 3 albums have got, all got very similar album covers. So there you go. So that's Third World. So the next one, this is an album from 1979, and it's by an artist called Ijaman Levi, in fact, and the album's called A We Warrior, and it's a more sort of spiritual, sort of soulful kind of reggae. And I bought this album because at the time I was living down in the south of England, in Sussex, and my local records store was called Max Records, and Max was very much into reggae, and he would, from time to time, he would recommend sort of albums that he thought were really good, and this was one of them. And I bought it, and it's a very, very good album. As I say, quite spiritual, quite soulful, and so this is Are We a Warrior, and it's by Ijaman. Right, one of the bigger UK reggae bands at the time, and this is an album from 1978, and it's a debut from Steel Pulse, and this is Handsworth Revolution, as you can see. So Handsworth, if you don't know, is a district in Birmingham, in the West Midlands, and there you go. So that's the inner. So you've got all the lyrics in there and everything, and I just show you that's the track list in there, if you can see. But Yeah, this is a really good album. I mean, the title track, track one on side one, Handsworth Revolution, is really good. But I think side two is actually a little bit better because you've got it starts off with Prodigal Son, which is one of my favourites, and then it goes into Ku Klux Klan, again excellent song, then Prediction, and then Macasplaff, which is the final track on side two, and yeah, this is really good sort of UK reggae from the late '70s, and it's Steel Pulse and Handsworth Revolution. Right, what else have I been listening to? Yes, another of the sort of Jamaican greats, really, and it's this guy, Gregory Isaacs, and the album, as you can see, is called "The Best of Gregory Isaacs," and it's on it's on a Jamaican label called GG Records, and Gregory Isaacs is very much sort of part of his his style is very much sort of lovers rock, I suppose. Not exclusively, and this album isn't exclusively sort of lovers rock, but it's very much sort of quite sort of gentle, quite sort of soulful sort of stuff, and mainly sort of love songs really. But so that the first track on side one is a case in point called Special Guest, and then you got Willow Tree, Breaking Up, Double Attack, which is a song about racism, basically about being harassed, and My Number One, again, a love song. No Speech. Now on side two, No Speech is a fantastic song, probably the best song on this album, and so you've got Teardrops, Call You, Freedom, and then Look Before You Leap, and there he is as there's Gregory enjoying a good smoke there. So one of the Jamaican greats, that's Gregory Isaacs. And that album was from 1977. Right, an album that everybody knows, and it's one of the best sort of UK reggae albums from this sort of time. It's from 1980, and it's UB40. It's their debut album. It's Signing Off, as you can see, and it's absolutely superb. I mean, this is a really, really excellent sort of reggae album, but really still Pulse. UB40 didn't really recapture this form again. Their second album is okay, but then they kind of slid into a sort of very sort of almost like a sort of pastiche of reggae in a way. They did a lot of a lot of rather sort of like poor sort of covers, and that was a pity because this album is really good. So it's a double album. In fact, it's an album with a 12-inch EP. So this is the album, and tracks on here. You got Tyler, King. King was quite a big hit, I think. 12 Bar, Burden of Shame, Adela. I think It's Going to Rain Today again. I think was a single. Food for Thought. I really like that. Little by Little, and then Signing Off. The idea is that they were signed on to receive unemployment benefit, and this album allowed them to sign off the dole because they certainly had a career in music at this time. So I'll show you the other side of the cover. So that's the band members. So you got Astro, Jim Brown, then you got Ali and Robin Campbell, Earl Falconer, and who else you got? Norman Hassan, Brian Travers, and Michael Virtue. And as I say, it was it was a double. It was and it's a 12-inch EP, and the EP there has got Madame Medusa, which is a song about Margaret Thatcher. Um, as you can imagine, not a very complimentary song about Margaret Thatcher. And then the Strange Fruit and Reefer Madness on the B side of the EP, and you got the lyrics of Madame Medusa there. So yes, an excellent album from UB40, their debut. And as I say, they never quite recaptured the greatness of this first album. Right, what's next? Yeah, a couple more to go. And again, one of the great sort of reggae bands. And this is Culture. I think this is their third or fourth album. I think probably their fourth album. It's from 1979, and as you can see, it's called Kumbalo. And there you go. I mean, the most famous album was their debut, 2/7's Clash, which is absolutely fantastic album, and it's on another great reggae label. This is Virgin's reggae imprint. This is Virgin Frontline, and yeah, absolutely lovely album this is, and tracks on here. Yeah, Innocent Blood, Kumbalo, Poor Jar People, fantastic track, and then you've got a really nice sort of version of This Train on here as well, and yeah, so there you go, sort of Kumbalo by the Mighty Culture. So there you go, and then one more to go, another UK band that I've been listening to, and this is a band called Misty and Roots, and this is their sort of, I think it's about their fourth album, and tracks on here: Bailout, City Blues, Wise and Foolish, which, as you can see, is the title track of the album. Live Up, Lifeboat, Slavery Days, Jar Bless Africa, and Peace and Love. So again, it's quite a sort of political with a small p album. It's there's a lot about African sort of nationalism in here, and there you go. There's the inner, and it gives details about the album. What they were thinking when they did it. As you say, it's they've dedicated the album to the people of Africa, and yeah, it's a really nice album. And so, as I say, I listen to these albums because we were talking about reggae last Saturday, and I don't listen to enough reggae, so I thought, well, why not? I will do. So, I hope you enjoyed that. This is just the sort of scratching the surface, I think. But as I say, all these albums were albums that I bought sort of in that period between about 1977 and 1982. So that's all then. So until next time, I'll see you. Bye.